Okay, I think we can start our webinar. Hi, everyone, once again. Let me welcome you to our webinar, B2B Self-Service Customer Portal in SAP, Less Manual Work, More Orders. My name is Daria Tureshova. I'm a Sales and Account Manager at AC Baltica. And today with me is my colleague Tatsiana Padrez. She is the head of our SAP CX Cloud department. Hi, Tatsiana. How are you?
Hi, Daria. Hi there. I'm super fine.
Yeah, good to hear. So today she will be the main technical speaker from our side. We will start our webinar with a brief introduction about AC Baltica, who we are, what we do. Then we will proceed with common problems in B2B order processing. We'll give you the B2B Customer Portal overview. We'll show the live demo. And then we'll tell you some words about business benefits of the solution. In the end, we will have Q&A session. So if you have any questions during the webinar, you can either write them in the chat or in Q&A session. Now let's start with the presentation about the company. Our company, AC Baltica, is an SAP Platinum partner and the member of United Wires Global Alliance. We have been working on the market for almost 25 years. This year we're celebrating an anniversary. And the team of our consultants is around 140 SAP specialists. The headquarters of AC Baltica is located in Vilnius in Lithuania, and also we have an office in Poland, in Warsaw, and have just established the office in the United States. We work globally. We deliver projects in Europe, we deliver projects in Middle East, and in the United States and Canada too. Our expertise is about two departments. The first one is customer experience department, where we have both cloud and on-prem products by SAP. And the second department is all-in-one, where we work with the ERP and S/4HANA, success factors, analytics, and also development and integration. And now I would like to give the floor to Tatsiana, and she will proceed with the overview and common problems.
Thank you, Daria, for introduction of our company. My name is Tatsiana Padrez. I am head of Customer Experience Cloud Department, and today we're here to talk about one of the hottest topics in B2B sales. We work a lot with manufacturers and distributors, and in our experience, most of them share one common challenge: inefficient and scattered B2B order process. And today in our webinar, I'll propose a practical way to solve this problem. So let's start and set the context. Imagine a typical situation. On one side, we have a manufacturer or a large distributor running SAP. It could be S/4HANA, ECC, or Sales Cloud, it doesn't matter. The system is good and well structured, but is internal. The company has access to it, but B2B customers don't. On the other side, there is B2B customers, and they play order chaotically, calling by phone, sending email, sharing Excel tables, even text on personal messengers for sales representatives at any time. They constantly call and ask about status, prices, availability, and they expect a quick response. And all of this stuff lands on the sales team shoulders. And what they do? They manually collect information from different channels, re-enter orders into SAP, double-check pricing, and unfortunately, burn out from small operational questions. I guess the situation is familiar to almost anyone working with B2B customers. So what are the main pain points for your sales teams? First of all, a huge amount of time spent answering routine questions about prices or status. Second, there is a lot of manual data entry into SAP, and manual work always means human errors, rework, and corrections. And finally, communication. Communication is scattered across multiple channels, which is very inconvenient. As a result, sales teams are overloaded with small operational tasks instead of real selling. And what about B2B customers from their perspectives? They have no easy access to order history or pricing. If they want just to check order status, they can't do it independently. They cannot place order themselves at convenient time for them. And finally, all questions, even the smallest one, have to go through the sales reps. As a result, ordering process is slow, non-transparent, and frustrating. And based on our experience, this is a very typical situation. The good news is that it can be solved quite simply with just one extension on the top of your existing SAP system. So today I'm presenting a B2B self-service customer portal. So what does it offer? First of all, self-ordering 24/7. That means B2B customers can place order independently at any time and from any device, at their workplace, while traveling, or directly from a mobile phone. Second, each customer has a personal account with full order history. They can see all order in details in one place. Items, quantity, status, and even they don't want to place an order, they can simply check current prices without distracting your sales team. Okay, one important feature is reordering, but easy reordering. As we know, B2B customers usually send pretty similar repetitive orders, so they can do it in here from the order history just for 2 clicks. Another important feature is real-time notification for both sides. Sales rep instantly receive notification about new orders, and B2B customers about status changes. Next major advantage for sales team is automatic order creation in SAP. So no manual data entry, no errors, clean data from the very beginning. And finally, important point from the security side, the solution is built on BTP, Business Technology Platform. That means it's entirely on SAP tools. No third party, no external tools, everything stays secure within SAP. So what does it mean for your sales team? First of all, almost no errors. Orders are created automatically in SAP without manual input or wasting time for fixing mistakes. Second, sales reps can work much more efficiently. They're no longer stuck with small tasks. They can process more orders in the same period of time and focus on high-value activities. Next, the order processing is much simpler, faster, more transparent, and sales reps can see order immediately, so nothing is missed or forgotten. And finally, customer satisfaction increases because interaction with your sales team become much more pleasant. And what about B2B customers? Obviously, their lives become much more easier. They get self-service access at any time. They no longer depend on someone's availability or working hours. They get full transparency in one place, current pricing, order history, and order statuses. Order confirmation is faster, and super useful feature is reordering. Customer can copy a previous order, adjust quantity, and submit it in seconds. And one more, I guess, more strategic point, B2B portal create a much better customer experience because behind the work, every B2B customer is just a real human, and they expect the same level of B2C experience they have in everyday lives. So if we talk about industries, who benefits most from this portal? I guess especially relevant for company with a limited product range. Around 100 products or less, but not thousands. If you have 1,000, maybe you need a full e-commerce solution with extra functionality, but for the situation I described, it's too much, it's redundantly. So typical industries include, for example, construction materials, where you sell several types of sand or cement, packaging, large distribution, and any type of manufacturing business. But it's not limited for them, of course. In fact, it's relevant for any business that sells in large volumes with a limited product range. And let's dive into our live demo. I show you the portal overview, personal account overview, and then we'll look how ordering process from the customer sides and from the sales rep sides. Okay, let me switch the screens and I show you how the customer's portal looks and works. Can you see my screen, Daria?
Yeah, I do.
Okay, so I can start. Okay, we start from the home page. And right here on the main slider, we see two quick buttons for two main actions customers need most. Shop now and create new orders, and view the order history. Below that, we have a product catalog with categories and visual elements. And at the bottom, there is a footer section. It's flexible space for you. This area can be used for promotional information, special offers, or simply contact details, whatever makes sense for your business. Okay, now let's go to the customer account. In our basic setup, there's two main blocks here, profile and orders. Of course, the portal can be extended, but these two cover the most essential needs. In the profile section, we see information about current customer and their sales contact with email and phone for quick links. In the order section, we have a full order history. We can see overview of all customer orders, including dates, amounts, and current status. So if your B2B customer just want to check the order status, they can see it right here and don't distract your sales team. If you want to know more details about particular order, we can open it and see its items, price, and quantity. And very useful feature is the ability to reorder with just one click. So we simply click the button Repeat Order, and the items are automatically added to the cart. We can adjust the quantity, and if needed, and submit the order again. Trust me, your B2B customers who usually place a very similar order will say a big thank you for this feature. So let's clean the cart and continue shopping. So now let's imagine I'm in the role of your B2B customer and I want to place a new order. I open the catalog and go the category I want. For example, this one. I can sort the products. I can sort the product for the expensive to the less expensive and vice versa. I can open the product page and see a description or additional images on any available discounts, similar to a typical e-commerce experience. Okay, I decided to add a few cameras to cart and maybe another one and maybe the expensive one, why not? I can afford it. In the cart, go to checkout. And in the cart, I can adjust the quantity, for example, 10, or even remove some product. Okay, if I need to add a comment, I can leave it here. Okay, for example, I ask do not order, do not deliver on Friday. Do not deliver on Fridays because no one at the office. Okay, I guess it's looked correct, so I submit the order. So done. The order is created. It's very fast and intuitive process, and it takes only a few moments from the customer and no time at all from the sales team. And the customer can immediately see the new order in the order history. We can see the status open, which means the order has just created and waiting to be confirmed by the company. So now go to the next steps. Next step is processing from the company side. Now I am role on your sales reps. As soon as new order created in portal, I immediately receive a notification in my work email. I don't miss any order. So I go to my system, SAP S/4HANA, and open the sales orders list. Here we have a configured view where we can see all orders from customer portal, the portal order number, overall status, total amount, and dates. And please pay attention to this column, delivery block. For a new order, just coming from the portal, the system automatically sets the blocking status, waiting for confirmation. That means this order from the B2B portal, and we need to review it. I can already see our new order here, so let's check it. I open the order and quickly review it. I check the customers. Okay, everything looks correct. I verify the order amount, order items, prices. Everything looks good. And I check if the customer left any comments. I go to the header details, this button, and I can see the note here asking to deliver, not to deliver on Friday. That's fine, it's okay. Okay, everything looks correct. So I can change the order and remove the block status. So I remove it and save the order. And the very same time, the B2B customer receives an email notification about order acceptance. So no manual data entry, less than 1 minute, and the order already in the system, accepted and ready to the processing. And as you can see in the list, the block status now is cleared. And the last things I want to show you today, let's go back to the portal and check the order history now. And we can see the status has changed from open to in process. So now the customer understands that order has been reviewed and has moved forward for the processing. So as you can see, the B2B Customer Portal, it's a simple way to make the ordering process faster, more. I guess I stop sharing my screen and I ask Daria to continue the presentation. And I guess there is one more thing I'd like to add okay, I see the questions. I guess we answer it when we finished. I guess I'd like to highlight one more feature before I finished. The portal that I show you, it's not a fixed solution. It's a based setup. It can be customized for your specific needs. We can add for you some optional features. For example, we can add product availability, promo code management, delivery address management, and more. It depends on all your needs. For example, if you have SAP Service Cloud in your landscape, we can also implement ticket management for order-related issues. So my key message, we can customize the portal for your specific needs. But even the base setup already covers at least 80% of the common pain points. So I recommend starting with it, working with it for some time, and after extending it. We have also one optional interface views for B2B portal. In my demo, you could see e-commerce style focused on modern UI. At the same time, there is a classic SAP interface, tile-based, clean, and familiar for users who prefer working with lists and minimal visual elements. The classic interface a bit cheaper to implement, but here the choice is really up to you, your preferences and budget. So what are the results of using this customer portal? Increased efficiency and satisfaction for both sides. And business leaders know that satisfaction plays a critical role for customer loyalty and revenue growth. So thank you. And with that, I'd like to give the floor to Daria, who will tell you about the business benefits.
Thanks a lot, Tatsiana, for your presentation and for the demo. We have several questions in place, so if you have any additional questions, you're welcome. But first, let's proceed with business benefits. On this slide, you can see the key benefits of the solution. First, customer get access to a personal account with the self-ordering capabilities. They can easily place orders themselves, view their order history, and always see current pricing. This makes the purchasing process much more transparent and convenient for them, which ultimately leads to higher customer retention and stronger loyalty. The next important area is operational efficiency. When customers can place orders directly, order processing becomes much faster. Employees spend less time on manual data entry, which not only saves time, but also significantly reduces the risk of human errors. As a result, teams can focus on more value-adding activities rather than routine tasks. Another key benefit is the seamless integration within the SAP landscape. The solution works natively within SAP, meaning no third-party integration tools are required. This simplifies the overall system architecture and also helps ensure data security since all information stays within the SAP ecosystem. And finally, there are clear financial and operational advantages. Companies can reduce customer support costs, lower the number of corrections and claims, and overall accelerate the order-to-cash cycle. So in summary, the solution improves the customer experience, increases internal efficiency, simplifies the IT architecture, and delivers measurable business value. What we are proposing here is an MVP approach. We start with the core functionality because it already addresses the main challenges business typically face. From there, the solution can be gradually expanded with additional features as your needs are evolve. Another important point is the implementation timeline. The rollout can be relatively quick, and if you are ready to make a decision soon, you could already start benefiting from the solution within this year and move faster toward achieving your business goals. All right, that's the main part of our webinar, and it's over. And now it's time for a Q&A session. But before, I would like to draw your attention to the QR code you see on the screen, which leads you to the link to our article about B2B Portal on our website. Also on the screen, you see the email and phone numbers where you can reach out to our company. And now let's proceed with the questions. The first question is from Matthew Zimmerman. Hello, SAP B2B Self-Service Portal, is it the same product? Tatsiana, how can you comment on this?
Yeah, hello Matthew. Yeah, it is in the SAP created a product B2B self-service portal, but it's completely different architecture because it's built on SAP on product SAP e-commerce. So this product from SAP Self-Service Portal is like a limited version of big e-commerce solution. You can see the order history there, but you can't place the order there. So it's like a first step if you want to try big full e-commerce solution from SAP. For the purpose of our BTP portal, it's quite easy to solve the pain point of our client who already has an SAP. So we build it on BTP portal with integration. So it's different product. And in our portal, we can see an order history and can place order too.
Thanks a lot.
That's my answer.
Thanks a lot. And another question is, how is your portal different than any e-com solution, for example, Shopify?
Thank you, Harry. Of course, you can use third-party e-shops. You can use, but my answer is, the one word, security. If you can do it inside SAP, why you need to take a risk and do it outside? So our solution is built within SAP landscape entirely on the SAP tools, so no additional risk and everything stays secure inside the SAP. And by the way, and another point of its integration. when you use third-party solutions, integration flow usually more complex, more time-consuming, and of course, more expensive for the business. So that's why we invented this add-on for the SAP.
Yeah. Thanks. And another question and the comment. Yep, quite informative. But is it possible to see invoices in order history? Maybe I can answer because
okay.
I have already learned a lot about B2B Portal while preparing to this webinar. So the answer is yes. You can view invoices in the order history. And the order history can include pretty much anything. It really depends on your preferences and what you would like to have there, because this is fully customizable, and we can do it upon your request.
Yeah, we can add a special section in the order history and attach invoices to the order. Okay, it's like an additional optional feature. Why not?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Actually, I don't see any other questions.
Same.
Yeah. But if you have any questions left after the webinar, you can reach out to our sales team using the phone numbers you can see on the screen right now. And we will be happy to schedule additional meeting, to show you the demo, to estimate your project, whatever you want. And let me thank you, Tatsiana, first of all, for having this webinar with me today.
Thank you, Daria, for having me, and you're a lovely host of webinars.
Yeah, thanks. So let's keep in touch, and have a good day all.
Have a nice day. Thank you.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye.